Okay, so let's talk primer. First, this is like one of the most important things that you're going to use. This is the primer that I love right now. Some people say they don't like it because it makes them oily. I have not had that problem. It actually does the exact opposite for me. So I just put like this much, maybe like a pump and a half. Like, so it's not a lot at all. And I just rub it on my like target spots, like where I tend to feel like I have bigger pores or get oily. So for me, it's like right where my, I don't know, under eye, not even under eye, up where I have these cool little wrinkles now, on my forehead and on my chin, and then just kind of spread it out over. Most days I wear this regardless of if I'm wearing makeup or not, because I just feel like it gives me a really nice finish on my skin. So while that's soaking in, because a lot of the times when you use these products, they have to like have time to work, I'll start doing my brows. And so for brows, like I said, they've got lots of cool little brow tricks out right now, but I'm gonna just stick with what I know. And this is how I've done my brows for like maybe the last 10 years. So with me, brows are cousins. They're not sisters. So yeah, just like that. They don't have to look the same is what I'm getting at. See, I don't know, y'all, if this whole video and talking thing is gonna work the way my brain is set up. So we're definitely gonna see if I'm able to talk while I do my makeup. But yeah, so anything that you don't do perfectly, and I'll do another like little brow tutorial because yeah. So we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. You can skip this part if you like your brows the way they are, or if you prefer doing them at the end. It just gives me like something to do while my primer is soaking in, so I do it this way. Like I said, this is like super messy because I like to clean up with concealer. So essentially with makeup, the more you practice, the more you'll realize like what ways you kind of like to do, like the order, the steps. There we go. Come on, vocabulary. The steps that you like to do things, and I've just done it this way for a long time. Sometimes I'll do it another way, but most of the time it's this way. So they kind of look like that. Like I said, super messy. I don't ever try to get my brows perfect because it's so easy to just fix them with concealer. So right now they're giving me like Hunchback of Notre Dame vibes, and we're just gonna go in and fix that with the concealer. I'm gonna use a more skin tone concealer. All this time, my primer is drying and soaking into my skin, and I'm gonna start going here. This is probably a concealer that more of you are comfortable with. Sometimes I use one that's super light. That's normally if I'm going out or about to do a ton of eye makeup where I need kind of like a more blank canvas. But yeah. And see, anywhere you messed up, you literally can just erase it with your brush. See? It looks way better than it did about 5 seconds ago, right? So the main thing is, one of the main questions I feel like I get asked is like, how is your foundation so smooth, so airbrush, that kind of thing. And honestly and truthfully, it is lighting of Instagram. And however your skin looks before you put foundation on, as far as texture, is how it's going to look after. So you have to take time to do things like skincare and exfoliate and things like that, because foundation covers color. It doesn't texture correct, if you get what I'm saying. So if your skin is not smooth under, you can probably get like a really even look as far as color, but you'll have a really hard time getting a smooth finish. There are some application tricks that you can use that will give you a better finish, like using a primer. Whenever I use a primer, I always see that my foundation lays a lot better. So yeah, my brows, 10 times better, right, than we did 5 seconds ago. So now I'm just gonna take, this is a Morphe brush, Morphe, however you say it, and it's the M173, and I'm just gonna kind of like blend that out. So if you are scared of using a brighter concealer, you can definitely use a concealer that's closer to your skin tone, like this one. So for foundation, the foundation I'm in love with right now is the Fenty Beauty. This is the Pro Filter, the matte. And when I tell you it's matte, it's like super, super matte. It reminds me of this one, the Matte and Poreless by Fit. So you got your Splurge and you got your Save. Just depends on what you do. Like I wear this one every day, or I'll wear that e.l.f. CC cream because I love it. But if I'm being fancy, I'm going to wear this. But it's a little more expensive, so we kind of use this sparingly. But anyway, so I like to apply my foundation with like a fluffy brush. I know it's weird, right? But it just, to me, it goes on so much smoother. And I literally just start with like a pump and like a half. And so I'm going to take my nose ring out. And so I just kind of stamp it on different areas of my face. And then work it in. And so you can use like short, quick strokes, kind of like I'm using here. So what do they mean when they say a foundation is like buildable? All right, mama. So what they mean is you can basically build it. You can make it full coverage. You can make it medium coverage. I think off top, this one is more like of a medium coverage. And so what that means is it's not covering up every single imperfection on your face. As you can see, you can still see like some moles that I have, anything like that, you can still see it. And I'm just gonna put a little bit above my eyebrow. And these are my Flutter Habit lashes, y'all. Like these are constantly wear them. Also remember to bring it, oh, that was weird. Also remember to bring it down to your neck and décolletage. Anyway, so what they mean by buildable is now your foundation kind of needs to like soak in your skin just like a little bit. So I'll either like air dry it or I'll do something else like my hair, do something super quick. But for time's sake, I'm just gonna add another pump and a half. And so could you just add 3 pumps in the first place? No, because if you do, it's gonna get cakey. And so that's why it's important to apply your foundation in layers. Because you want that first layer to have time to settle and soak in before you add a second layer of foundation. This way really, really, really helps. I feel like that is what makes like a difference in how I used to apply foundation versus how I apply it now. So that's what I do. Okay, so you just rub that all in. I really, like I said, I really love using a brush for this. I tend to use my beauty blender for like concealer, but for foundation, I just feel like it gives it like that really nice color. Try to use the same brush because when we go to smooth over the foundation, we're going to use the same brush without putting any extra product on it. So that's just basic foundation. As you can see right now, my face is one color, a tad bit washed out because we haven't highlighted or concealed. We haven't concealed yet. So stay tuned for another video when we'll talk about different kind of concealers that I love.